Audio inside the Nick Smith Center as the Arnprior Rivermen are set to face the Pontiac Senior Comets. Warm-ups have concluded and puck drop will be shortly after 7:30. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Nick Smith Center for tonight's game between the Arnprior Rivermen and the Pontiac Senior Comets. My name is Ryan Woods, and I'll have the call for your game tonight on the RA Sports Network. The Rivermen are coming in after last week's 8-5 win over the Senior Comets, improving the record to 5 wins and 6 losses on the season. The Senior Comets, of course, were the opponent last week. It's a rematch, the third game of the season series, and the Rivermen tied the season series and one game last week at each side. Alderich Denis returns to the lineup tonight, as does Anthony McVeigh. Jacob Victor also in tonight's starting lineup. Adrian Moyes and Andrew Truglietta. And back between the pipes tonight is Carlin Lyle. We're going to throw things down to the ice for our national anthem, and we will be right back with puck drop.
And please rise, move your hats, and join us for our national anthem.
A high-scoring third period last week saw the Rivermen come away with a 8-5 win over the same opponent they're facing tonight in the Pontiac Senior Comets, and it was a huge performance between the pipes from Anand Oberoi, stopping 55 of 58 shots that he faced, 55 of 60 shots that he faced in last week's game. He is not available tonight, so back between the pipes for the Rivermen is number 86, Carlin Lyle, and Laurent was in the net last week for the Senior Comets. He is not with us tonight, but between the pipes is their starting goaltender, Danik Boisvert. We'll have more information on the starting goaltender stats in the first few stoppages of play. For now, we get set for an exciting night of EOSHL action as the puck is set to drop, and we are underway. The Senior Comets win the opening draw, and Racine Roy dumps it into the far corner. It's a battle behind the Rivermen net. It comes over to the far boards, and the Senior Comets play it from the far face-off circle. A shot goes wide. It's back at the point. Rabi's shot is blocked and comes right back out to Xavier Rabi, whose shot deflects out of play. For our first stoppage, 23 seconds gone in the opening period, and Carlin Lyle back between the pipes tonight for the Rivermen has a 3-4 record this season with an .850 save percentage and 6.09 goals against average. Was in the net 2 weeks ago when the Rivermen picked up a 10-3 win over the Pogon Falls Rapids, stopping 33 of 36 shots. Out to play it is Boisvert around the boards. It comes up to Barini, who plays it out to center ice. Racine Roy kicks it ahead to himself. He's down the left side and waits for help to arrive. Racine Roy stick handles along the near board. Saucer pass back to the right point. It bounces on Barini, who was unable to get a clean jump in. Now, the Rivermen will look to start the breakout on the far side. Pass deflects off a skate, and it's played out to center ice. Nasita passes it up to the left wing, and it's dropped back to the Rivermen blue line. Matani is stripped at the pocket center ice, and in comes Harris down the left side. 3-on-1 shot by Kreitz. was going wide of the net, may have caught a piece of Lyle's pad. Breakaway pass attempt out of the reach of Noonan, and it's a battle between Hodder and Noonan on the back check. Through center ice, Mentha plays it to the right wing for Harris, who takes a hit along the far boards. 1:40 gone in the opening period. The puck comes out to center ice. Hodder passes over to the far boards, gets a return feed, settles it down, and he'll play it in front of the senior Comets bench. Bank pass off the boards out to center ice. Ashton intercepts, and the Rivermen pass it back into their own end. A move by Johnny Kite, who's back into the lineup for the Rivermen. Plays it out to center ice. And stick handling with it on the far side is Tolley. Tremblay passes back to Mantha. Mantha turns with it and saucers it back over to Tremblay. Referred turn feed for Mantha, who skates up the right side. He's across the blue line. Centering pass into the slot is knocked away by the Rivermen. Back out to center ice. And it's pushed ahead by Anderson. Boisvert comes out to play it around. Elliott skates through center ice. His shot deflects off a stick off the glass. Lyle was looking for the ricochet off the glass behind the Rivermen net, but the puck didn't make its way back out in front of the Rivermen goal. The Rivermen receive it behind their net now. Alderic Denis looks to make a play. It gets past Keyshawn Francis, and the Rivermen are able to bank it off the boards back out to center ice. Tremblay just gets the puck into the Rivermen end. 3 minutes gone in our opening period, and the puck is back out to center ice. Tremblay passes to Rabi, back over to Tremblay, who turns up ice. He looks to find Racinois at the offensive blue line. Racinois on the backhand out in front. He tucks it in on the forehand. It's a 1-0 Senior Comets lead. 3:14 into the first period. Well, it was the first shot on net last week that beat Anand Alberoy to open the scoring for the Senior Comets, and they got a couple shots this week on net, but they are able to break the ice once again. A nice backhand forehand move to slide it right along the ice past Carlin Lyle, and the Rivermen find themselves trailing by 1. Rabi back to play the puck away from Jorson. Felleber throws it out in front. Defensive play in front by Rabi to break up the play. It's past Johnson. Rabi turns with it to the backhand. He will start the breakout from behind the Senior Comets net. Pass out to center ice. Backhand bank pass off the boards. Too far out of the reach of Tremblay. The Rivermen settle it down. Denis over to Victor. Victor looks through center ice. It's deflected in by Jorson to negate the icing. Tremblay and Rabi with the assists on the Racinois goal. Skip to the outside by Lafleur. Back to the side of the net. Boisvert plays it behind the net. He gave it away right to the Rivermen, but they're unable to generate a shot on net off the turnover. And it's a laid offside inside the Rivermen end. They've got time now to make a play as the Senior Comets touch up. Hard pass through center ice is deflected in by Moyes. Boisvert comes out to play it along the near boards, and it's out to center ice out of the reach of Elliott. And it's lost in the feet of Alderic Denis. Pass back over from Kelly. It's played in by Alderic Denis off the left pad of Boisvert out to the near blue line. Through center ice, Keyshawn Francis looks to make a move between the Rivermen defense. Elliott backhand centering pass attempt is kept to the outside, and it's a turnover in the slot. Keyshawn Francis misses the net. Tremblay makes a move at the right point. He walks in. His shot is high off the glass. Rabi from the left point throws it on goal. Lyle makes the save. Senior Comets maintain possession behind the net. Over to the right circle. Between the legs. Rabi walks in. His shot. He scores! What a pass from the far circle to set up Xavier Rabi, who gives the Senior Comets a 2-0 lead. a great start on the road for the senior Comets, who really need a bounce back here. They're 4 games below 500. And if they want to come on strong in the second half of the season to make a push for home ice, this is a huge 4-point matchup. Pass over the stick of Keyshawn Francis. Victor gets it out to center ice. Nice pass to the middle. Plays just onside. Opportunity behind the net now. The Rivermen had the puck knocked off their stick. Victor plays it over to the left point. Shot comes through the crease over to the near corner. We've got a stoppage away from the play. It's like the net, it just came off a touch there behind Boisvert. In the Capital Division standings, the Manotick Mariners still sit firmly in first place. And then after that, the Rivermen have a 5-6 record. And the Senior Comets and the Pontiac Falls Rapids both have a 4-8 record. So second place is still up for grabs. And the way the playoffs work this year, it'll be divisional matchups in the first round with 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. So you definitely want to finish. If you're not going to catch Manotick, you really want second place. Victor's shot deflected on its way to the net. Bouncing puck in the air is knocked down and is played with the high stick and touched up by the Senior Comets. So the stoppage comes and the faceoff will remain inside the Senior Comets end. Starting goalie tonight for the Pontiac Senior Comets is Denick Boisvert. He's had a 4-6 record this season with an .882 save percentage and a 4.62 goals against average. His most appearance, he stopped 39 of 44 shots November 29. Rivermen backhand pass over to the far corner in their own end, and they reverse the play behind their net as Lafleur makes a hit along the far boards. Pass out to center ice. Felleber plays it ahead. It's a 3-on-3 opportunity. Shot comes in from the far circle, and it's deflected over the glass and out of play. Justin Felleber back in the lineup tonight for the Rivermen. Just got a good goal-scoring presence. Had an overtime winner earlier this season. A hard shot from the point is stopped by Boisvert off the shot from Mantini. Felleber producing almost at a goal per game pace this season. And whenever he's in the lineup, he finds a way to make his presence felt. Off the draw, the puck comes back out to center ice. Mantini, backhand saucer, pass over to the far side. That's turned over at center ice to Howarth, but it's knocked ahead by Anderson. And Ashton battles to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Ashton's shot is off the glass over into the near corner. It's poked away from Bird. And it's deflected past Mantini at center ice, carrying it out as Mantha across the blue line. He centers it for Elliott on the backhand. Centering backhand pass attempt hits the side of the net. And the Rivermen will look to orchestrate a counterattack. They tried to slide the puck behind Mantha. Bird battles in the far corner. Anderson behind the net. Just knocked off the puck. It comes back for Johnny Kite. Kite to the middle. His shot through traffic misses the near post. Kelly pinched to keep the puck in along the near boards. Boisvert comes out to play it. It's stolen and a wraparound goal off the giveaway from Anderson. Gives the Rivermen their first goal of the game. It's 2-1 now. Well, Boisvert just trying to help his team out with the breakout there, but unfortunately he gets caught between Ben Anderson and a hard place, and Anderson makes no mistake, capitalizing on the turnover and gets the Rivermen right back in this game. 8:02 into the first period, now trailing by 1. Kelly gets a pass in front of the timekeeper's area, then just gets it inside the offensive zone. Didn't get everything he wanted on that dump in. It's a shot from center that's steered aside by Boisvert, and Tremblay banks it off the boards. Icing called now against the senior Comets as the Rivermen are back to touch up. Well, we saw these teams combine for 9 goals in the third period last week, 5-4 in favor of the Rivermen in the final period, and that offensive onslaught is carried over into the first 8 minutes tonight as the centering pass just missed Tuglietta in the slot. Barini carries it behind the defense. His shot is stopped. It's a blocker save for Lyle. Kelly and Kite getting credited for assists. I think those two could be taken away, but the Arnprior scorekeepers doing their part to get the boys some points. Of course, the goal came right off the turnover from Boisvert. Most would score it as an unassisted goal, but we're going to give the boys some points as the Rivermen get a save from Lyle, and the faceoff will be inside the Rivermen end with 9:02 gone in our opening period. Puck up for grabs off the draw. Lafleur plays it along the near boards, and it's knocked down by Cricht. Mempa catches up to it in the far corner. He's got it on his backhand. Plays it back to the point, but it's intercepted by the Rivermen. Moyes centers it. McVeigh unable to make a play on the far corner, but the strength in numbers for the Rivermen allow them to regain the puck. Moyes in the near corner plays it out in front off the stick of Boisvert. It's gloved down by Mantha and poked to the far corner. Lafleur gets it out to center ice. Once again, knocked down by the Rivermen, and Moyes plays it in around the end boards. Mantha knocked to the ice. Moyes from behind the net out in front. One-time opportunity comes through the crease out of the near corner back to the point. Shot attempt by Kelly is deflected wide. Turnover once again. McVeigh's shot is gloved down by Boisvert, who hangs on as we're past the midway point in the first period. We got the Road to the World Juniors going on this week in Ottawa and the surrounding area. We had a pre-tournament game here on Thursday between Germany and Kazakhstan, which saw Germany come away with a 4-0 win. Lots of excitement this weekend at the Nick Smith Center. There'll be another game here on Monday night between Latvia and Switzerland. Kelly plays it out to center ice, tries to connect with Noonan, and he just got enough on the deflection to have icing waved off. Through center ice, Racine Elliott actually centers it. It's deflected back for Rabi, whose shot is stopped by Lyle through the screen from Howard, and the Rivermen will take a defensive zone faceoff with 9:29 remaining. Rabi had a good game here last Saturday and already has a goal tonight and another shot from the left point. Battle off the draw. It's won by the Rivermen. It's chipped off the glass. Rabi passes it ahead to Howard across the blue line from the left circle. Throws it out in front. It's a backdoor tap in. 3-1 senior Comets lead. The defensive zone miscue. Howard leads the high five train past the senior Comets bench. Left-handed shot. Able to, I believe, get the last touch on that one on the back door and slide it past Lyle, regaining the 2-goal lead for the senior Comets. Face-off won by the Rivermen. It's knocked off a chin pad. Barini gets the puck deep. Lyle's out to play it. Pass it to McVeigh. Number 9, Tolley gets credit for the goal. 94, Elliott, assisted by Tolley. Victor's pass through center ice is deflected in by Ashton. Rabi Picks it up behind the net. Pass out to center ice. Find its way on the stick of the Rivermen. They backhand it in. Boisvert thought about coming out to play it, but after earlier in the period, he thought better of it. Leaves it for his defense this time. For Sinois. Looks to get around Jorson. Jorson plays it ahead slightly, and it's kicked ahead by Anderson. Anderson with the move at center ice, but it's stolen back by Harris. Passes over to the far boards, and it comes back over to the near side. Mantha nearly gave it away at the blue line, and the Rivermen are able to regain possession. And a shot and a goal for the Rivermen. They cut the lead in half once again. Dan Johnson just sweeps it on net and beats Boisvert to get the second goal of the game for the Rivermen with 7:53 remaining in the first period. Talked about the highest scoring third period last week, and these teams are putting on an entertaining game once again with the ebbs and flows. And for Dan Johnson, that's a clutch goal. Jorson receives it on the right wing. Centering pass for Noonan is thrown over to the left point. Alderic Denis in deep in the far corner. Bouncing puck in front of the senior Comets bench, back out to center ice. Johnson throws it through center ice. In come the Rivermen. Jorson pokes it to the far boards. Noonan and Jorson get the assists for the Rivermen. It's out to center ice. For Lafleur, his shot is blocked out of play by Lyle with 7:11 remaining. Halford not in the lineup tonight for the Rivermen. He had a hat trick and 2 assists last week, picking up 5 points in the Rivermen win. He was the second star of last week's game, and we've got the first penalty of tonight's game to Alderic Denis. It will be a 2-minute power play for the senior Comets, who were 0 for 4 last weekend. Rabi plays it over to Tremblay. Back to Rabi. Rabi's shot is sticking aside by Lyle. Elliott unable to get it back to the point, but Tremblay pinches up to knock it down low. And it's stolen back in front. Jam play in front of the net. Lyle gets his stick down and takes away the bottom half of the net. He's able to cover up with 19 seconds gone in the penalty to Alderic Denis. Pontiac 9 for 51 on the power play this season. Puck at the far circle is cycled down low. Laying into the slot off the stick. Skate of Keyshawn Francis. Back to the point. Rabi to Berini. Off the far boards. Tremblay. Pass through the legs out in front is knocked away all the way down the ice. And this time Boisvert will come out to play it. He's got to be quick. Cuguetta up there on the penalty kill. Nice behind the back reception from Weston Waugh. Carries into the offensive zone. Keyshawn Francis over the right circle, and it's a right kick save by Lyle. The rebound is contested behind the net, and the Rivermen will fire the puck out to center ice. They get away with one there. A huge save by Lyle to bail out his team and keep this a 1-goal deficit. Sinois leaves it at the blue line for Mantha. Mantha with the spinorama. He's knocked down by Ashton and gets right back up. Ashton got the leg out a little bit to knock him down, but the Rivermen already on the penalty kill. Get away with that one. Potter. Pass ahead for Kreitz. Is sent right back behind the senior Comets net. Mantha plays it out to center ice. 1-touch pass ahead to Lafleur. 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. Shot misses. Lafleur catches up to his own rebound and sends it around the boards. Denis is out of the box. Noonan is off the bench. The Rivermen are back to even strength. Senior Comets 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Kreitz with the toe drag tries to kick it to himself, and he's Not able to get the shot off, but Harris shoots and scores from inside the slot. It's 4-2 Senior Comets. Well, Kreitz did a lot of the work, and he was defended well, but unfortunately his man was occupied, and Harris came right into the slot unguarded and threw one past Lyle. A nice snipe from Benoit Harris to restore the 2-goal lead for the Senior Comets once again. Elliott shot ramps off a stick, out of play. With 4:32 remaining in our opening period. Lots of games in the EOSHL today. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard during the first intermission. Face-off won by the Senior Comets. Elliott's shot is stopped by Lyle, who drops into the butterfly and swallows that one up to make the save. Off the draw, Matani plays it hard around the boards for Nasita. Nasita ahead to Felleber. Felleber up the left side. It's on the brakes, the far circle. Plays it out in front. Spinorama backhand pass into the slot. And it's turned aside by Boisvert. Some nice passing off the rush for the Rivermen, but Nasita unable to finish the play. Luca Nasita scored the game-winning goal in the third period last week when he put the Rivermen up 6-3, and the Senior Comets kept fighting back to keep the game close, but that game would hang on to be the eventual game winner. Deshaun Francis plays it behind the Senior Comets net. The Rivermen battling for possession along the near boards, back to the point. Ashton centers it. Bird unable to get the shot off. He's tied up. And it's turned over. Breakaway pass knocked down by Ashton, just enough to deflect it away from Berini. Berini takes a hit by Ashton along the end boards. Racinois catches up to the play. It's kept in from the left point. Rabi's shot is knocked down by Kishan Francis. Lyle makes the save. And this time it gets just outside the point. Rabi will float it back in. Bouncing puck for Matt Denis to settle down. 3:14 left in the opening period. Matt Denis passes through center ice. It's deflected ahead. Potter turns it over. Centering pass into the slot is kept outside by the Senior Comets. Mantha re-enters the offensive zone. Pass to Kreitz at the left circle out in front. And a stick lift on the back door by Anderson. Able to get in the way just enough of that passing play. Opportunity at the left circle, but Mantha gets his stick in the shooting lane. Trugletta unable to get to the puck in time to get the shot off. Battle at the near point. Kite keeps it in. Stolen back by the Rivermen at the near circle. Johnson unable to play it to a teammate. And it's back out to the Rivermen end with 2:23 left. Alderic Denis passes off the skate of Felleber, who finds Kite. Pass over to the left wing, and it's dumped in on goal. Boisvert receives it off his stick and hangs on for a defense's own face-off with 2:11 remaining. Adrian Moyes back on the ice. He had to leave last weekend's game to attend to a matter at home. The furnace needed some repairs, and with the cold weather, had to take care of that. He's back in the lineup tonight, and in front of the net, the deflection is stopped by Boisvert. Opportunity on man rush, perhaps, led by Howarth. Howarth floats it across in front. Tolley's shot is stopped by Lyle. The rebound played out in front for Elliott. Elliott back for Tolley in the near corner. Passing continues to connect for the Senior Comets. Tremblay jumps up into the offensive play, and it's stolen back. Elliott paddling down low with power. And it's played around the boards, but Rabi jumps up to throw it on net. It's deflected in front by Howarth to the far corner, and it's thrown out to center ice. Moyes racing after it, but Rabi gets inside positioning. Senior Comets look to play it out to center ice. Nice move by Keshawn Francis to dodge Connor Noonan. And Francis inside, drops it. The shot by Barini is on goal, and Lyle makes the save with 1:09 remaining. Almost a breakaway for Moyes, just unable to get inside positioning on Rabi. Moyes and Rivermen backup goalie. Alain Ravery provided intermission entertainment on Thursday night in the game between Germany and Kazakhstan. Potter's shot is deflected from the side of the net, and it's a 5-2 Senior Comets lead with 1 minute remaining in the first period. Well, that's a late goal that the Rivermen will want back as they drop to a 3-goal deficit here with just 60 seconds remaining in the period. That's when you really want to buckle down and try and regroup in the first intermission with just a 2-goal deficit, and now that's a huge difference maker. It's dumped in by Nasita. Mantha plays it ahead. Celeber wins the battle in the high slot and catches up to the puck in the near corner. Celeber behind the net turns to the forehand. Pass back to the high slot. Kite passes down low to the far circle. Hits a body behind the net, and it's poked past Kelly. Could be a 2-on-0. Racine Wine on the breakaway. Shoots and tries to slide it 5-4. Wiles shuts the door. 15 seconds remaining in the period. The battle is behind the Rivermen net. Celeber gets the puck, and we've got a whistle as the net was off, and the Senior Comet end of the ice behind Boisvert, and of course, play continued as long as it was a possibility for the Senior Comets to score. But of course, for the Rivermen coming back, the net off behind Boisvert, there's the stoppage in place. With just under 9 seconds remaining in the period, the face-off will be outside the Rivermen end. Rivermen win the face-off and fire at the length of the ice. Boisvert comes out to play it, which negates the icing as the final seconds tick off the clock in the first period. A great first period for the Pontiac Senior Comets. 21-11, the shots on goal in favor of the Senior Comets, who have a 5-2 lead after 20 minutes of play. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Of course, a couple final scores already across the league as the Lumberjacks defeat the Wolves by a score of 7-2. The South Grenville Rangers are starting to string together some wins, and they won this afternoon in spectacular fashion, defeating the Glengarry Pipers by a score of 8-0. We'll take a look at the score sheet for that game. Adam Watson with a pair of goals. Brennan Gilmore with a pair of assists, and earning the shutout for the South Grenville Rangers. Let's find out who is between the pipes. It was Jake Brighton stopping all 20 shots he faced in the win. Just going back to the menu here, the Gananoque Islanders earned a 6-5 win over the Smiths Falls Ritos. The North Dundas Rockets and the South Stormont Mustangs. It's not a close one. 6-0 lead for the Rockets, who look to improve to 12-0. That game is in the second intermission. Also underway is the Lindsay Barncats and Deserano Bulldogs. 2-0 lead for the Barncats with 1 minute remaining in the opening period. That is all of the out-of-town scores today. You're watching the Arnprior Rivermen and the Pontiac Senior Comets. It's a 5-2 lead inside the Nick Smith Center for the Senior Comets. We'll be back with the call for the second period on the RA Sports Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the Nick Smith Center for second period EOSHL action on the RA Sports Network. I'm Ryan Woods, and it's a 5-2 Senior Comets lead over the Rivermen following 20 minutes of play. First period scoring summary. Marc-Olivier Racinois opened the scoring, giving the Senior Comets a 1-0 lead. Xavier Rabi made it 2-0. This 5:25 into the opening period. Ben Anderson got the Rivermen on the board at 11:58. Zach Elliott made it 3-1 at 9:15. Dan Johnson made it 3-2 at 7:53. The late goals from Benoit Harris and Keyshawn Francis with 1 minute remaining gave the Senior Comets a 5-2 lead, which is where we sit at the start of the second period. First period shots on goal were 21-11 in favor of the Senior Comets. We start the second period at 5-on-5. The face-off is won by the Rivermen. And it's passed ahead. Moyes throws it out in front off the skate of Rabi. And back come the Senior Comets. It gets lost in the feet of Barini. And the play is called at the Rivermen blue line. Well, lots of speed in the first period from the Senior Comets, which we didn't really see last week. They're a team that has a long travel schedule, a huge travel from Quebec. It's about an hour and a half drive just to get to Ottawa from Cologne. And they're always a little bit short-handed on the road. They had 13 skaters last week. They're up to 14 skaters tonight as Cuglietta carries it in the offensive zone and plays it in front. And it was a bad angle shot stopped by Boisvert. And it's past the Rivermen defense down the ice. Icing is waved off. As Lyle is out to play it behind the net, leaves it for Alderic Denis. Alderic Denis kicks it behind the net, but it's turned over as Harris jumps up to break up the kick pass attempt. Felleber turns it over. He's knocked to the ice, and it's an awkward fall for Kreitz in the near corner. Almost went down and landed entirely on his upper body. He comes back up to center ice to pass it back to Mantha. And Kreitz gets the return feed, but it's turned over to Felleber. He plays it ahead for Noonan. Noonan falls to the ice, but he battles to play the puck, but it's turned over to Harris, who leads the rush up the right side. His shot is off the blocker of Lyle. It's going through the crease over to the near boards. And it's a battle in front of the Senior Comets bench. Nacita plays it ahead for Noonan. Back, drop pass back to Nacita, who's tripped up. And he'll draw the penalty. It'll be the first power play opportunity of the game for the Rivermen, who killed off the Senior Comets power play in the opening period, and now they'll have the power play opportunity of their own. They were 0 for 2 last weekend against the Senior Comets. Rivermen power play 11 for 58 this season. Felleber to take the face-off in the offensive zone, and it's one back to the point for Noonan. Noonan mishandled it, though, and the Senior Comets are able to break out short-handed, 2-on-1. Barini had it knocked off his stick by Alderic Denis, and he'll skate it, and it's deflected into the far corner. The Rivermen poke it behind their own net, and it's skated out by Alderic Denis. Alderic Denis watches his right shoulder and plays it past Tremblay. It's swept around the boards to Johnson, and it's kept in. Johnson works the give and go. Nacita from the slot shoots, and he's stopped by Boisvert with 36 seconds gone in the penalty to Tolley. 2:42 gone in the second period. Face-off will be to the right of Boisvert. Late change by the Senior Comets is concluded, and now we're able to drop the puck. Felleber's stick was tied up, and Racinois won the face-off. It's played around the boards out to center ice And a tripping call against the Rivermen will even things up as Kashawn Francis was knocked down. And going to the box for the Rivermen will be Alderic Denis. 2 minutes for tripping, and that will make things 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute, 14 seconds. Short-lived power play for the Rivermen, now 0 for 1 on the night. Some special teams action last weekend saw the senior Comets score against the Rivermen with the extra space available on the ice. They were able to create a 2-on-1 and beat Anand Oberoi. It's battle along the far boards. Cuglietta skates out to center ice. It's knocked away by Elliott. Elliott knocked off the puck by Cuglietta, but he's able to make a pass ahead to Tremblay, who falls as he enters the offensive zone. Rassinois knocks the puck in the air and it's poked out to center ice by Matt Denis. Rabi passes over to the far side. Tremblay connects with Rassinois, but too hot to handle. Matt Denis plays it over to the far side. Victor does a little shake and bake in the far corner, and it's kept in at the far point by Tremblay. Matt Denis banks it off the end boards for Victor. Victor stick handles out to center ice. 17 seconds remaining in the penalty to Tolley before the senior Comets will have an abbreviated power play. Pass through center ice behind the defense is Francis. Francis out of the far corner, drops it for Rabi. Played behind the net back to Rabi in the far corner. The senior Comets are on the power play for 40 seconds. Tolley's shot is blocked off the shin guard. Where it's down low to the far corner. Verini skates it, passes down low. It wasn't received by Francis. It's knocked around the boards. And Hader keeps it in. There's a penalty for roughing behind the play, deep in the Rivermen end. Two-minute roughing foul against Xavier Rabi. So once again, and it's abbreviated power play that was unsuccessful for the senior Comets as they take another penalty to make things 4-on-4 once again for the next 23 seconds. 4:29 caught in the second period, and with all these special teams, there's not been much momentum lost or gained by either team. Spoke to head to Mantha. His clearing pass attempt was deflected away by Kite. Opportunity in the high slot towards the net is snubbed by Boisvert. Clearing attempt off the glass is kept in at the far point, and it's played into the slot for Nacida, I believe. Some stick handling into the far corner. Saucer pass back to the point. Noonan. Rivermen now on the power play for 90 seconds. Their second power play opportunity of the game. Pass through the high slot over to the near circle. And Kelly's shot is stopped by Boisvert. Battle for the rebound along the boards. Felleber passes back to Kite. Kite misplayed it, and it's just kept in at the blue line, but a second opportunity allows the senior Comets to clear as Harris battles to get it out. It's deflected on the far side by Nacida. His stick is lifted. Felleber was able to poke the puck ahead, and the Rivermen back into the offensive zone. One-touch pass. Kite finds Felleber. Felleber works for give and go at the far face-off circle. The Rivermen maintain possession. Bank pass off the boards. Felleber benefits from one of the senior Comets players losing an edge, but a diving effort to poke the puck off the stick of Felleber back down the ice. Lyle made the stretch pass up the right side, and it's a drop pass turned over. Poor pass selection by the Rivermen. 30 seconds left on the power play. Verini killing off the penalty. All over the puck, deep in the Rivermen end. Matt Denis passes out to center ice. McVeigh plays it to Cuglietta. 10 seconds left on the power play. Cuglietta in front of the backhand. And he's to cut it. And slides out to down there to cut the lead to 2. That's the third goal of the season for Andrew Cuglietta, and none prettier thus far as he cuts in on the power play with 7 seconds remaining in the penalty. And he's able to get the third goal of the game, first goal of the second period, and gives the Rivermen a little bit of life. Rivermen now 1 for 2 on the power play. And finally, we're back to even strength. Ashton through center ice. Plays it ahead to Bird. Bird goes into the end boards. Matt Denis earns the assist, a toe drag to get around Kreitz. And Ashton catches up to it in the far corner. It's thrown on net from behind the goal line. Pinching on the left point was Johnny Kite. Victor is able to break up the offensive zone entry, and his pass is deflected in by Ashton. Tremblay is the first man to the puck in the near corner, and he plays it up the near boards for Harris. Harris tries to lift the stick of Kite, but Kite is able to push the puck around the boards. Lafleur comes out of the far corner, makes a move right in front of the senior Comets net to get around Jorson. Now Lafleur pokes the puck towards the net. Lyle will hang on as it was a partial 2-on-1 for the senior Comets, but no concrete possession as they were just battling for the puck down the ice, and the puck trickles on goal for Lyle to hang on to with 7:35 gone in the second period. Alderic Denny off the draw, plays it behind the Rivermen net. Felleber across the center ice into the offensive zone. Backhand pass into the slot is broken up as it was not tape to tape, and we've got a penalty call for interference called by the official. Going to the box is Justin Hauser for the senior Comets. Third power play opportunity of the game for the Rivermen, who just scored a power play goal moments ago, have an opportunity to cut the lead to 1. Felleber has it deep in the Rivermen. Power play is turned back over to the senior Comets. It's floated in, and it's knocked away from Barini, who is on the penalty kill, trying to jump up in there, short-handed. Pass through center ice is received by Johnson, who makes a move. He finds Noonan, nearly intercepted by Barini, but Noonan able to pick it up and get the puck down low to Felleber. Back into the point for Nisita. Noonan to Felleber, behind the net, over to the right point, back to Nisita. Nisita shoots through traffic, it's knocked down in front. And Boisvert makes the save and finds the loose puck to hang on with 43 seconds gone in the penalty to Hodder. The off on the near side was won by Felleber. Nisita passes to the outside. Felleber in the near corner defends the puck away from Tremblay. It comes around to the far point. Nisita pokes it just enough to get to Noonan into the slot. Johnson out in front looking for Felleber, and it's stolen back by the senior Comets who clear it the length of the ice, and it's Lyle who will knock it down for Nisita. 47 seconds left on the Rivermen power play. Drop pass through the legs, and it's nearly turned over to Harris. A miscue by the Rivermen. Off the bench is Matt Denis, who rings it around the boards. It's played behind the senior Comets net. Back to the far point. Unable to keep it in was Cuglietta. Cuglietta drops it for Matt Denis. Center ice, Noonan throws it behind the back of Moyes. It was not the night for the Rivermen and this power play opportunity. They're just all on the same page Their opportunity through center ice to gain the offensive zone. Puglietta makes a couple of moves, but has the puck stolen. And the senior Comets are back to even strength. Rivermen 1 for 3 now with the man advantage. Backhand pass through center, finds Puglietta. Racing up the left side is McVeigh, but the play is offside. With 9:56 remaining in the second period as we pass the midway point of tonight's game. Sixth home game of the season for the Arnprior Rivermen as we're now into the second half of the home schedule for the Rivermen. Into the right face-off circle. Their stick is tied up, and back come the senior Comets. Elliott across the blue line drops it for Howard. Play was called offside. The senior Comets bench does not like the call. They thought that the play was onside. There's that little toe drag that put the play offside, and the face-off will be outside the blue line with 9:41 remaining in the period. It's won by the senior Comets. Back to Potter. Equalize with Bird. Battle in the near corner. Elliott wins the positioning and plays the puck down low. Continues to battle in the near corner. Ashton came over to help out. Kite has it behind the net now. Elliott all over Kite. The puck just outside the blue line. Anderson battles to push it ahead. Unable to get past Mantha. And another offside at the Rivermen blue line. The final home game of the calendar year for the Rivermen. They'll have 4 more home games this season after tonight, 3 in the month of January, and 1 on the first weekend of February to close off their home season. In front, Johnson shoots and scores! 3 leads to 3. Second goal of the game for Dan Johnson. Well, Mike Hearn and Doug Twinning didn't like the first period from the Rivermen, and Mike was vocal during the first intermission that the Rivermen had work to do. Don't need to say what was said. That was behind closed doors, but whatever he said has done the trick as the Rivermen have come out and scored 2 goals now in the second period to cut the senior Comets lead to 1. Francis out of the near corner out in front. Unable to tuck it short side past Lyle. Pass over to the far circle. Second at the blue line. They've got a penalty along the far boards. By sticking, it looks like. Elbowing, perhaps. And an unsportsmanlike penalty as well. So it's 2 minutes for elbowing, along with the unsportsmanlike. And the senior college coaching staff is asking for an explanation from the official who shakes his head no. Well, a little discussion at center ice with Ferrini and one of the officials, not the one that called the penalty. But they need someone in the box to serve the unsportsmanlike portion of the penalty. Ravi called for the elbowing, is already in the box. So Kreitz will join Ravi in the box to the 2-minute portion of the power play is underway. Deflection in front, and it's backdoor from the left. Well, I mentioned Justin Felber produces almost at a goal per game rate. Rabi has now been thrown out of the game. He has gotten a second unsportsmanlike penalty. His penalty cost the senior Comets a second power play goal that they've surrendered in this period. And he was frustrated. So he's going to head the early showers. Only took 10 seconds for the Rivermen to score that power play goal. Now the officials talking with the senior Comets coaching staff. And my broadcast partner, Adriana, says, well, the senior Comets are back down to 13 skaters. They had 13 skaters last weekend. They had an extra body tonight, but that extra body is gone. They're back down to 13 skaters. The Rivermen had 17 skaters last weekend and 17 again tonight, so they're now up to a 4-man advantage and bodies on the bench. And with 8:15 remaining in the second period, we have a tie game. 3-on-2 opportunity for the senior Comets, but it's poked away. On the back check, Tremblay supposed to make a hit, but the Rivermen player had already fallen, and a shot by Tremblay rings the outside of the post. Keeps it in at the left point. Lyle makes a save. Battle at the far circle. Out in front, backhand opportunity into the slot. Harris' shot is stopped by Lyle, who hangs on with 7:47 remaining. Rivermen now 2 for 4 on the power play. They've been clicking tonight after no power play goals were scored between these two teams combined last weekend. Power play goals in the second period, along with an even strength goal, has them back to phase one. We've got a new game as Kite plays it around the boards on the far side. It's banked out to center ice. Potter turns it over to Anderson. His backhand pass reaches Bird. Bird carries it into the far corner and drops it behind the net, trying to find Ashton. Mantha gets it in. And they've given the goal to Dan Johnson, who has a hat trick now. Noonan gets the assist. Felber and Johnson were both right on top of the blue paint at the Pontiac Senior Comets net. And it's a 3-on-1 opportunity led by Anderson. He's got Bird on the back door, trying to find the late man in the slot, but unable to connect on the pass. The Rivermen unable to get a shot out of the 3-on-1 man rush. Pass doesn't connect for the senior Comets. Icing is called, and they're making sure that 22 went onto the bench, gets back out there. He's going to have to get back on the ice as it was an icing call, and she reluctantly heads back out there. Can't make a line change following an icing call. Face off one by Felber, but the pass comes outside the blue line. It's gloved down by Howard, and the Rivermen pass attempt through center ice is right onto the stick of Mantha. He shoots, and squeezing the legs is Lyle, who makes the save. Mantha tries to fire that one through the 5-hole, but Lyle says not today and hangs on for to fence his own faceoff with 6:24 remaining in the period. Opportunity out in front. Harris's shot is stopped. It's a kick save by Lyle. Pass attempt for Felber is broken up. Bouncing puck at the blue line is poked in by Racinois. Farini tried to pull the trigger, but the puck was not in the chamber. And he loses his balance. Shot by Tremblay. Ricochets off the end boards out in front. The senior Comets unable to find it. And the Rivermen are able to skate out to center ice. Johnson from the left circle drops it for Jorson. His shot is blocked. And it's a saucer pass up the right side for Francis, who puts on the brakes at the edge of the right face-off circle. Potter's shot attempt is blocked. And it's past Tremblay, actually. The 2 and the 7 look very similar on the senior Comets jerseys, so it's always a guessing game when Tremblay's jersey is partially tucked and you can't see the bottom half of his number. Off the draw, it's skated out by Johnson up the right wing. He's 1-on-2. He drops the shoulder and throws it out in front, unable to connect with Jorson. Out to center ice for the senior Comets is Lafleur. His shot was trying to find blocker's side and he misses the far post. A shot from the left point is stopped by Lyle, who hangs on with 5:08 remaining in the second period. That's a momentum now for the Rivermen, who had the win last weekend and just didn't have a good first period tonight. Lafleur plays it off the end boards. Harris unable to center it as Matt Denis got in the passing lane. Harris out of the far corner reverses the play to Kreitz. And it comes back out to the right point for Mantha. His shot off Cuglieta's stick and out of play. Good job by Cuglieta to get his stick in the shooting lane. Both teams will make a partial line change in the late stages of the second period. Face off one for the Rivermen by McVeigh. Battle in the far corner is won by the Rivermen. And Kite plays it out to center ice. Moyes up the left side on the backhand, tries to get around Tremblay, knocks it out in front, and it's played away from the net front by Tolley. He plays it out to center ice. Racing after it is Francis. Francis wins the race to the puck. The senior Comets hollering. Tremblay's shot in front hits Howard. He's shaken up after blocking his teammate's shot. Providing a screen in front of Lyle. The Rivermen steal the puck back and skate it out to center ice. Cuglieta makes a move trying to get around Tremblay, and it's in front of the net. Cuglieta unable to pull the trigger, but Noonan's shot is blocked by Tolley. Harris leads the rush 1-on-3. Has the puck poked off the stick in the far corner and is rubbed out along the end boards. Backhand pass ahead for Nasita. Nasita shoots and he misses high and wide, and it ricochets all the way around the boards back out to center ice. Hard pass looking for Noonan on the far side, doesn't connect. And Felleber to Denis, deflected in by Nasita. Boisvert tries to clear it along the far boards. Felleber keeps it in and cuts the net front, bouncing puck. Unable to get knocked down by Felleber. Alderic Denis, backhand pass at the blue line. It's a race for it. Nasita takes the pass back to Matt Denis. Pass to center ice for Noonan is deflected into the senior Comet end. Potter plays it around the boards. Nasita knocks it down, plays it to the goal line, out in front, deflected back out to center ice, off of Boisvert. And it's touched up by the Rivermen. That call is for an unsportsmanlike. So senior Comets will have their third power play opportunity of the game, unable to score with the man advantage so far. Their second power play was cut short as they took a power play, which made things 4-on-4. Only one full power play opportunity so far, and they will look to regain the momentum that they lost with the 3 goals so far in this period for the Rivermen. Mantha off the draw, plays it on the left point. Tremblay to Mantha for the one-timer. His shot is stopped by Lyle. Not a lot of traffic in the shooting lane. Just a hard shot on net, stopped by Lyle, who hangs on. No rebound with 2:17 remaining in the period. Noonan in the box, serving the penalty for the Rivermen. Pass back to Mantha. Mantha over to Tremblay. Tremblay's shot deflects high over the glass. 20 seconds gone in the Rivermen penalty. Stay tuned during the second intermission, as just before the Chucker puck, we expect we'll be joined by one of the players from the Arnprior Rivermen for an interview. Fake pass attempt at the left point from Tremblay. He passes it off to the left circle and gets the return feed. Mantha, the right circle, back to Tremblay, over to the left side. Harris's shot is off the glass and comes all the way back out. Tremblay catches up to it, and he's got a Riverman player all over him, I believe. Ashton all over him, forces the turnover, and the Rivermen unable to clear the puck, but the puck deflected out of play with 1:30 remaining in the second period. 53 seconds gone in the Senior Comets power play opportunity. Great effort by Bird and Ashton on the PK. Face off won by the Rivermen, and it's floated down the ice to the far corner. Boisvert plays it behind the Senior Comets net and head for Mantha. Backhand pass through center ice for Kreitz. Out into the slot, it's poked away by Anderson. Riverman unable to clear. Tolley keeps it in. His shot is stopped by Lyle. The rebound in the crease. Lyle gets on top of it, and the Rivermen get the whistle with 1:04 remaining in the period. So that one was close to coming outside the blue line, and it was a great job to knock it down by Tolley and throw the puck on net. Lyle made a save and almost had issues with the rebound, but was able to find it amidst the chaos. Kelly fires it around the boards, and we're inside the final minute of play in the second period. We'll also take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard once again. Across the blue line is Mantha, the centering pass, unable to connect. Boisvert throws it out to center ice for Mantha. The Rivermen are back to even strength in 10 seconds. Lafleur in the far corner tried to center it, and it's fired down the ice by Matt Denis. Boisvert comes out to play it once again. Senior Comets 0 for 3 on the power play. Nice penalty kill from the Rivermen with one last rush in the period, possibly for either team. 10 seconds remaining. It's over to the far corner. Matt Denis will lose possession behind the net. Harris kicks it to himself. Backhand pass. Tolley's shot is blocked as time expires. A hit along the boards delivered by Kite. And it's a couple of shots after the buzzer from Lafleur. And that's a much better period from the Rivermen. Second period shots, 11-7 in favor of the Rivermen, who have cut the shot margin to 7. Total shots after 40 minutes, 29-22 in favor of the Senior Comets. Let's see if we can pull up the out-of-town scoreboard. course, 3 games already with final scores across the league. Including a 7-2 win for the Lumberjacks over the Wolves, an 8-0 whopping for the Rangers over the Glengarry Pipers. The Gananoque Islanders earned a 6-5 win over the Ritos. The Rockets came away with a 9-4 win against the South Stormont Mustangs. It was 1.6-0 in that game. So the Mustangs made a little bit of a push there late in the game to come away with some goals, but the Rockets still with a decisive win over the Mustangs to improve their record to 12-0. Elsewhere in the EOSHL, the Barn Cats have a 3-0 lead over the Deserano Bulldogs. Here in Arnprior, we're tied at 5 after 40 minutes of play, and we've got a game to be decided in the third period. Will the Rivermen pull back to 500 and increase their win streak to 4 games, or will the senior Comets take a 2-1 lead in the season series? We will find that out in the third period, but we will be joined by Matt Denis before the start of the third period, so stick around for Check a Puck and an interview with Rivermen captain Matt Denis before we'll be back at the call for the third period on the RA Sports Network. joined by Rivermen captain Matt Denis after 40 minutes of play. A nice second period. What did you guys do differently in the second period that allows you to regain the momentum and get back into the game?
I think it started with moving our feet and playing a little bit better in our defensive one, and then we know we can source some goals, so those eventually will come. And you know what? We did that in the second period.
Of course, tonight's game is more on focus right now, but I got to ask you about the All-Star game in January. Yourself and Max Sato representing the Rivermen. What does that mean to you to get that nod?
That's kind of cool. I mean, I've been around for 5 years now, and it's the first All-Star game that we get. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
And we've also got Adrian Moyes here going into the third period. What do the guys need to do to come away with 2 points before Christmas?
More goals than the other team. Yeah, I'll go with the same thing. We got to move our feet and put the puck on net, and the good things will come.
Thanks, guys. Good luck in the third. Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the Nick Smith Center for third period EOSHL action on the RA Sports Network. I'm Ryan Woods, and we've got a 5-5 tie after 40 minutes of play as we take a look at the second period scoring summary. The Rivermen entered the second period trailing by 3. The goals from Andrew Cuglietta, assisted by Anthony McVeigh and Matt Denis. Dan Johnson's goal, assisted by Justin Fellerberg and Braden Jorson, as well as a Justin Fellerberg goal, assisted by Dan Johnson and Connor Noonan, have the Rivermen tied back at 5. The pair of power play goals in the second period have the Rivermen up to 2-4 on the man advantage. The senior Comets are 0 for 3 with the man advantage. Second period shots on goal, 11-8 in favor of the Rivermen, bringing the game's total to 29-22 in favor of the senior Comets. Xavier Rabi, if you missed it, was given a game misconduct in the second period following an elbow minor penalty. He also received an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for arguing the call, and then following the Rivermen power play goal, he once again voiced his displeasure and was given a game misconduct for the abuse of official gross misconduct. What a bit of a delay here before we can start the third period. I'm not sure the referees haven't come back out to the ice yet. So I guess we can't start playing until the referees come back out. Adrian had to go all the way down there and drag the Zebras out. I guess they were getting into the eggnog. They had to get an early start here, but they're back out and we're ready to go for the third period now. And the puck is dropped and we're underway. The third period begins. Full strength. 5 players aside. And a hit for Francis, received by Bird in front of the timekeeper's area. Bird catches the loose puck at center ice and sends it down the ice. It deflected off the end boards through the legs of Boisvert, but it didn't bounce off Boisvert back into the net. That would have been a fortuitous bounce for the Rivermen to start the third period, and the puck goes out of play with 24 seconds gone. Felliver set to take the offensive zone face-off. And it's a battle that he wins it back to the blue line. Matt Denis plays it down low. Felliver passes back to Denis. Denis' shot is blocked by Lafleur. It's played towards the net by Kelly. Out in front, Nacita's reaching by there to keep it a tie game. Harris up the left side. Hard pass over to Lafleur, who's on the backhand. He carries it behind the Rivermen net out in front, cleared to the high slot. Noonan makes a move and waits for Nacita to catch up to the play. Nacita tries to drop it. Noonan plays it down low. Felliver jumps up deep into the Pontiac end, and it's a battle at the side of the net. Nacita with possession, throws it out to the left circle. It comes back to Kite, who keeps it in. And it's along the end boards, Nacita to Noonan. Hard shot attempt by Alderic Denis is stopped by Boisvert. Kreitz plays it around the boards over to the far boards, and it's a penalty call out from center ice. And it's a Riverman player down after receiving the blindside hit. Doug is being rushed out by Victor to take a look. Noonan was on the receiving end of the hit, and he was down for a few moments. He is able to get up under his own strength and skates off. Lafleur has been thrown out of the game. He will join Rabi. Have to assume that means it's going to be a 5-minute power play. And it will be a 5-minute major assessed to the senior Comets. Shane Lafleur is gone from tonight's game, and with 2 power play goals already in the second period, the Rivermen power play 2 for 4 on the night, with a huge opportunity to blow this game wide open and break the tie and perhaps take a lead. Christopher Kreitz serving the major penalty for the senior Comets. Alderic Denis tried to play it to Cuglietta. He was unable to connect, allowing the senior Comets to clear it down the ice. Lyle plays it. The official call is attempt to injure. Pass across the blue line. At Denis over to Cuglietta. His shot is blocked. Race forward at the blue line. It comes back out to center ice. Denis will settle it down. 2:10 gone in the third period. Cuglietta receives it, but it was a hard pass. He had to settle it down and throws it back over to the far side for Matt Denis, who carries it across the blue line. His stick is lifted by Racinois. Senior Comets able to clear once again. 1 minute gone in the major penalty, and Cuglietta having a hard time keeping the puck under control for center ice, but he's settled it down nicely and skates right through the senior Comets defense, and his shot is stopped by Boisvert. Moyes looking to set up the Michigan. There wasn't much of a lane there with Tolley guarding the back door. Tolley now across the blue line, splits the D, kicks it ahead to himself. His shot is stopped by Lyle. Shorthanded opportunity for the senior Comets. Back comes Felliver. Felliver maintains control and fires the puck over to the far boards. Nacita's shot deflected wide of the net. Rebound passed over to Noonan. Back to the point. Noonan gets the return feed. Drop pass in front of the net attempted by the Rivermen. Felliver was helped down to the ice, and the puck came just outside the blue line. Offside called against the Rivermen. With 1:55 gone in the power play opportunity. 3:26 gone in the third period. Face-off won by the senior Comets. Tremblay skates it ahead on the backhand, tries to get around Nisita. His shot it'll find its way on net. Noonan throws it over across the ice. Battling is Elliott. Elliott reaching in, unable to take it away from Nisita. Nisita drops it to Noonan. Pass in front, Felleber. Nisita turns it over. Elliott shorthanded, one-on-one with Noonan. Elliott puts on the brakes and throws it over to the far corner. Johnson will catch up to it. They did credit the goal to Felleber at the end of the second period, so we thought we had a Johnson hat trick there momentarily, but I believe they got that call right as Felleber was the last Rivermen player to poke that puck home past Boisvert. The Rivermen look to get set up. Johnson from the slot makes a move to the left circle and passes back to Noonan. Felleber turning with it. His shot doesn't reach the net. Tight jumps up in and coming across was Tremblay to make a hit. Pass up the right side. Barini unable to settle it down. Catches up to it and carries it back out towards center ice, killing some more time off the major penalty. Pass received by Racine Roy, who's 1-on-2. He shoots and he misses glove side. We're down to the final 90 seconds of the power play opportunity for the Rivermen. They don't, to my recollection, have a shot on goal. No high danger scoring chances, that's for sure. Cuglietta passes down low. Out of the near corner, shot from a bad angle, stopped by Boisvert, and it deflects back to Matini. He pushes it over to the far face-off circle. Matini now shoots through some traffic. Boisvert makes the save and hangs on with 1:01 remaining in the penalty being served by Kreitz. This is a huge turning point in the game. The Rivermen looked like they had a golden opportunity to take the lead, which would have been their first lead of the game, and now they're down to the final minute of power play opportunity. And if the senior Comets can survive another 57 seconds, then they will have some momentum from killing off an entire 5-minute major penalty. And they win the face-off and send it the length of the ice. Lyle will come out to set it up behind the Rivermen net. Pass ahead. It's turned over by McVeigh. Harris gains the offensive zone, 1-on-2. Harris shot is stopped by Lyle. The rebound finds its way to Francis. Francis makes a move down low to the far corner. Out in front, tries to roof it, but Lyle, up against the far post, is able to make the save. He was leaning into that RVH pretty hard, and there was some daylight short side on the top shelf. But the senior Comets unable to find the top corner, and Lyle's able to keep this game tied with 24 seconds left on the penalty to the senior Comets. Maybe a better opportunity than any shots the Rivermen have had with the man advantage. Noonan passes ahead to Nisita. Nisita inside the offensive zone. Back over to Noonan on the far side. Felleber looking for the deflection in front, but the puck goes off his stick and out of play. So just like that, we're down to the final 4 seconds of Rivermen power play opportunity. If you don't score on a 5-minute major, it only counts as one power play opportunity. It all counts the same. If you don't score, it's just one unsuccessful power play. So Rivermen look to win the faceoff and get one last opportunity. The shot is blocked. Felleber unable to find the puck in front and out of the box. Victor deflects the puck away from Kreitz. The senior Comets are back to even strength. And the Rivermen 2 for 5 on the power play. Opportunity in the slot. Kreitz shot misses far side. He's falls to the ice in the near corner, and Victor will look to shake and bake once again. His pass doesn't connect with Felleber. Elliott in the senior Comets end plays it hard up the left side, and icing is fallen against the senior Comets with 7:07 gone in the third period. Face off won by Rivermen. Anderson gets it back to the point, batted in front of the net by Boisvert. The rebound was up for grabs. It's kept in by Anderson. Ashton had the puck knocked back outside the blue line. Anderson unable to keep it in. Moved by Kelly. It's stolen an opportunity for Berini. He's unable to get behind Matt Denis. Backhand pass. Bresson tried to throw a backhand shot on goal, but it's a right leg save for Lyle as the puck was maybe going to hit the side of the net. Not quite a shot on net, but it deflects off Lyle and out of play, so the faceoff stays inside the Rivermen end. Back to me. Floats it out to center ice. Bird tries to race after it. He gets the inside positioning on Tremblay, but Tremblay with the effort to regain inside positioning and the battle in the near corner. The puck comes ahead to Berini. Brasinois across the blue line tries to go between the legs of the Rivermen defense, and it's knocked away. But the Rivermen unable to clear. Second opportunity along the far boards. Has to be quick with it. Ashton nearly had the puck knocked off his stick, but was able to make a pass, and into the offensive zone come the Rivermen. Poked on goal by Anderson. Boisvert makes the save. Passes back to the right point, but it's poked outside, and it's an opportunity for Berini. In all alone, Berini to the forehand, tries to go 5 over Flyle, shuts the door. 8:30 gone in the third period, and we remain tied. Here comes Anderson into the offensive zone. His drop pass attempt is unsuccessful, but it's turned back over. Johnson is tripped up outside the blue line, and it's a bouncing puck up for grabs. The Rivermen bench wanted a penalty as Johnson was tripped up. Howarth deflects it ahead. Jorson pulls it back into possession, but he's unable to make a pass, and Trites passes it back for Potter. Howarth up the right side has Trites going towards the net. Howard's shot is stopped by Lyle, and Lyle hangs on with 9:08 gone in the third period. We're approaching the midway point of the third period, and the Rivermen and senior Comets both want to take home 2 points. What better way to kick off Christmas holidays? It's a 2-point effort. A timeout called by the senior Comets. And the senior Comets were already down to 13 skaters following the ejection to Rabi. Now with Lafleur being thrown out of the game in the third period, they're down to 12 skaters. The Rivermen with 17 skaters to be able to find the legs. Senior Comets are going to have to dig down deep. So with just over 10 minutes remaining in the third period, off the draw, Moyes banks the puck off the boards, unable to get it past Hodder. Harris tries to bank it from the far side, and it's deflected back out to center ice. Hodder passes it over to Mantha. Backhand pass to Howard. Howard loses his stick. Moyes receives the pass and gets the puck deep. Boisvert out to play it. Puck is over along the near boards. Howard makes a moving backhand to cut around McVeigh. The senior Comets enter the offensive zone. Shot from just inside the blue line is stopped by Lyle with 10:10 remaining in the period. Third or fourth games in the season series between these two teams. They'll play once again on January 4th to close out the season series. The winner of tonight's game will take a 2-1 lead, and that'll be the third time that these two teams play in a span of 3 weeks. So if they didn't like each other before, then this 3-game mini series in the span of 3 weeks will definitely not help that. Face-off will be to the right of Wild. The Sinois and Felleber are tied up in front. Backhand shot opportunity stopped by Lyle. Tolley drops it back for Francis. His shot is blocked by Felleber. Felleber plays it to the outside. Deep in the senior Comets end. Boisvert plays it off the boards to Noonan. Felleber doesn't receive it behind the net. Tremblay breaks up the play. Receded down low. Puck comes along the boards. Barini plays it to himself off of Noonan and sweeps the puck deep in the Rivermen end. Lyle comes out to play it. Matt Denis receives the pass. Little delayed hit, and there's going to be a delayed penalty call against the senior Comets. Nacita passes it over to the left wing. Noonan enters the offensive zone. Felleber receives it, and he drops it back to the point, and it's possessed by Alderic Denis, but the senior Comets are able to touch up. And it's a roughing call that will send the Rivermen back to the power play after being unable to convert on a 5-minute major, and the Rivermen are now calling their timeout. Both teams will have now spent their 30-second timeouts. With 8:57 remaining in the third period, no goals yet in the third. 5-on-5 was how 5-5 score was how we started the third period, and that's where we still stand. We get to see some more power play time for the Rivermen, and Justin Felleber with a goal in the second period will be out there. Noteworthy is that Justin's brother Ty Felleber made his NHL debut in the month of December for the Colorado Avalanche. Spent the season mostly with the Colorado Eagles in the AHL, as 13 points in 24 games. So you love to see a local guy from Pembroke get called up, make his debut, and now the Rivermen with the power play opportunity to take the lead. They work it back to Noonan. It's up to the point. Alderic Denis over the left circle for Noonan. Nacita behind the net. Plays it out in front. Felleber unable to receive it. And it's a battle as the senior Comets get it ahead to Harris down the left side. Harris plays it deep in the Rivermen end. Felleber and Harris battling in the far corner. The Rivermen will skate it out. Pass up the left side. Tolley in the box, 40 seconds gone in the senior Comets penalty. They're able to steal the puck and fire it around the boards all the way back down the ice. Lyle will come out to play it with 8:02 remaining in the third period. Noonan plays it out to center ice, and coming back to receive the pass is Johnson, and he does not connect on the far side. It's a 2-on-2 opportunity, shorthanded, led by Tremblay. Barini shoots, and he misses blocker side. A missile of a shot. Unable to get it on net. Backhand shot attempt by Tremblay. It was a slow trickler towards the goal, and Lyle makes the save. A pair of shot attempts short-handed. with 45 seconds remaining in the Rivermen power play. And the faceoff will be to the right of Lyle. Once again, the senior Comets getting the better of the opportunities. Short-handed than the Rivermen have had on the power play. Of course, the Rivermen with the pair of power play goals in the second period, but just unable to find the same success here in the third. Lyle plays it out to center ice. Moyes is tripped up outside the blue line. Him and Tremblay got tied up with each other. Victor jumps up into the offensive zone. 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Matt Denis receives a hard pass and has to find it and settle it down. He throws a shot on net. Wavert makes the save, and the senior Comets are able to clear it once again. That's 7 minutes of power play time in the third period, where the Rivermen have been unsuccessful, unable to gain their first lead of the game, and it's a turnover at the blue line. Brasinois drops it. Marini's shot is blocked by Victor, and Victor knocks down the pass attempt and plays it ahead for Moyes. Moyes has the puck knocked off his stick, and he battles to get it back. A stick lift in the high slot, and it's kicked out and knocked out to center ice by Barini. A sliding effort by Kite breaks up the pass attempt at center ice. Mantha carries it into the offensive zone and goes between the legs. His pass comes through the crease. Barini's shot was trying to find a shooting angle, and the puck deflects out of play with 6:13 left to play. Off the face-off, the puck goes around the end boards. Brasinois out of the far corner. Backhand pass back to the point. Potter shot is blocked by Bird. Kite in the near corner avoids the check from Barini. Wraparound attempt is stopped by Lyle. Brasinois tried to catch Lyle off guard. Face-off won by the Rivermen. Matt Denis plays it off the boards. And knocked down along the far side was Tolley. Felleber was falling to the ice, and Tolley had to protect his head as Felleber's skates got pretty close to his face. Off the draw, the puck comes back to Tremblay. Tremblay unable to enter the offensive zone, and Felleber skates out with a backhand opportunity. Rebound, and they score! It's a rebound! Take the lead. Yeah. Braden Jorson strikes again. He's been finding the net almost every game, and the Rivermen, with just over 5 minutes to play, have secured their first lead of the game. And now it'll be the senior Comets who look to come back as it's carried in by Tolley. His shot caught a piece of the glove. Lyle got just enough of it to deflect the puck over top of the net. Dan Johnson up the left side, 1-on-3. His shot was high and wide off the glass. Felleber gets another assist. Tremblay leaves it for Elliott. Elliott leaves it for Tolley. Elliott Gets to center ice and gets the puck deep. Lyle comes out to play it with 4:31 remaining. And it's near an opportunity for the senior Comets to catch Lyle out of position. They weren't able to get the shot on net before Lyle recovered a shot from the right point is on goal, and Lyle makes the save and hangs on with Ratin knocking on his doorstep. McVeigh unable to win the face-off. Francis carries it behind the Rivermen net on his backhand. He gets it back to Hodder. His shot nearly deflected by Noonan. Noonan and Racine take each other to the ice, and Moyes will skate it out to center ice. Moyes fires it on goal. Boisvert will cover up as Moyes and Cuglietta arrive. It's the offensive zone face-off with 3:59 remaining. The next game for the Arnprior Rivermen will be on December 28th as they take on the Capital Division leading Manotick Mariners. Battle off the face-off into the slot. Noonan has it poked off his stick. It's an opportunity for Harris. Matt Denis on the back check. Harris knocked off the puck, and Denis takes away the shot opportunity. That's why Matt Denis is the captain of this team. When they need him the most to make an offensive play, he comes back to take away a breakaway opportunity from one of the most relentless players in the senior Comets lineup, Benoit Harris. Trying to tie the game, but unable to do so thanks to Matt Denis' defensive back check. Noonan now had a pass deflected. Felleber makes a move into the offensive zone. Backhand opportunity trying to go 5-hole. Noonan over to Nacita, and he's unable to beat Boisvert. Boisvert makes another save off the point shot. And it's skated out by Elliott. Fired in by Aldrich Denis. Mantha turns with it and passes it over to Elliott. Broken stick in the senior Comets end. 3:03 left to play, and Lyle will set up the puck. And he's hesitant, able to make a play, but it's turned over. And the Rivermen recover and get it out the length of the ice, and just enough on it for icing. As Tolley comes back to play it as the whistle goes, there'll be a face-off in the Rivermen end with 2:49 remaining. The senior Comets will play the Poggen Falls Rapids next Saturday. Out through the crease over to the far corner. And we get a stoppage as the net comes off. There's a Riverman player down behind Lyle. He will be able to get up without any issues, but the net will need to be put back on its peg before we can resume play. So both of these teams in action next weekend before resuming their 3-game series with 3 games in as many weeks in January. Off the face-off, shot attempt is broken up by Anderson. Anderson turns it over to Harris, whose shot is stopped by Lyle. 2:32 left to play, and Lyle keeps the Rivermen up by 1. Boisvert comes out to make a pass, unable to get it high off the glass, and it's a battle at the blue line. Harris pokes it ahead to Racinois. Racinois on the backhand, plays it down low. In the crease, laying in the crease is Lyle, who finds the puck and makes the save. A mad scramble, like kids racing to the Christmas tree on Christmas morning. But Lyle delivers a lump of coal to these senior Comets who are trying to tie the game in the late stages of the third period. We had a couple of penalties come out of this as Matt Denis and Harris in the box for the senior Comets. The offsetting penalties. The face-off will be outside the Rivermen blue line. And it's won by the senior Comets. Tremblay plays it over to the right side. Menta gets the puck deep. Francis is taken down. Penalties to roughing to both Denis and Harris. Icing is called against the Rivermen with 1:54 remaining. Face off on the near side. It's won by the Rivermen. And the extra attacker is on for the senior Comets as Boisvert is on the bench. Francis' shot is deflected in the air. Elliott has it behind the net, but it's stolen back by the Rivermen and fired down the ice. It's going to be wide. Will it have enough for icing? It sure does. 1:34 remaining, and Boisvert will remain on the bench for the senior Comets. Which gives the Rivermen an opportunity to win this face-off and have a potential clear shot at the open net. It's one. Aldrich Denis plays it around the boards, but it doesn't go very far. The senior Comets catch up to it. Barini throws it off the end boards. Shot looking shoulder side is stopped by Lyle. Racine trying to go blocker side, and Lyle leans over to make the shoulder save. And remember, both teams have taken their timeouts, so there's no timeouts remaining. We're going to play this one out right to the end. Face off on the near side. It's a toss-up. Racine plays it off the end boards. Mantha races to keep it in. His shot is blocked. It's cleared out to the blue line. And Racine keeps it in. He makes a play over to the far boards. 1:08 left to play. It's a battle along the far boards. And the Rivermen are unable to clear. Howard down low. And both players are down to the ice. And we get a whistle as the puck is trapped under the Rivermen player, Johnny Kite, behind the Rivermen net with 57.6 seconds remaining. The senior Comets looking to end their 3-game losing streak, and the Rivermen, in an effort to extend their streak to 4 wins. The puck is dropped, and it's kept in by Tremblay. Mantha's shot comes through to the near corner. Tremblay battling to keep it in. Kreitz knocks it down low to Howarth. Howard's pass back to the point isn't kept in by Mantha. And with 40 seconds left, the senior Comets will have to regain the zone. They're unable to do so. Open net shot hits the side of the net. And it's gloved down. The senior Comets pass it off to the right side. Francis throws it over to Tremblay, who's knocked to the ice by Ashton. And it's going down the ice, and it just misses the far post by about 5 feet. "17 seconds is all that separates the Rivermen from getting back to 500 on the season." It's a battle off the draw. Elliott tries to find Racine. Elliott on the backhand throws it out in front of the net. It comes to the near boards. It slides through the slot over the far boards. Mantha plays it down low. Francis out in front. The Rivermen hold it. Kite with 3 seconds left holds it in the far corner. Merry Christmas, Arnprior You filthy animals, the Rivermen are back to 500 with a 4-game win streak. Carlin Lyle doesn't allow a single goal in the final 40 minutes to secure the win for the Rivermen. Pair of goals from Dan Johnson. .44-30, the final shots on goal in favor of the senior Comets. Zach Elliott from the senior Comets named the third star of the game. Matt Denis, who made a huge defensive play on the back check, second star. And number 24 with 2 goals and an assist, Dan Johnson is named the first star of the game. Our next home broadcast will be January 12th as the Rivermen take on the Glengarry Pipers. That'll be one day following the EOSHL All-Star Game, Saturday, January 11th in Prescott at the Alain Chartrand Arena. Game-winning goal tonight for Braden Jorson gets the job done for the Rivermen, who are 6-6 now on the season with 8 games remaining. And of course, every team makes the playoffs this year, but the Rivermen currently sitting second in the Capital Division. They're going to look to make a run here down the stretch, see if they can't maybe challenge Manitic for the top seed. But of course, if they finish second overall in the Capital Division, they will have home ice in the opening round series in this year's playoffs. And that's what they currently hold as we go into Christmas. So I've got my Christmas attire on tonight, one of my favorite Christmas ties. I love Christmas, and I've got Adriana here as well. We would both like to wish you a very Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year. We appreciate everyone tuning in to our first half of the season covering the Rivermen. 6 home games in the books, 4 to go, and then the playoffs. So to everybody who's tuned in, we appreciate you watching. We invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps us out. We just appreciate watching that subscriber count continue to grow. It's our second full season doing this together as a team with RA Sports Network, and it's just been a pleasure. So to everybody who's tuning in tonight, thank you very much. Tonight's final score, 6-5 win for the Arnprior Rivermen over the Pontiac Senior Comets. For my broadcaster partner, Adriana Wong, I'm Ryan Woods. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everybody.